right. Yeah. Yes, I welcome Grenada, Carriacou, Petite Martinique, and the rest of the world. Welcome to another Mikey Live. How are you doing, people? This is where it all happens. We're talking about the good, the bad, and Mikey. You know, we have a lot of things to tell you about tonight, boy. You know, and it's been a really rainy sort of afternoon. We got a good bit of shower. You know, some people say that when it rains like that is good weather for porridge. You understand? Well, take this thing, you know, take your head out of the gutter. It's good weather for porridge. So we're making some, my friends, we're making some cornmeal porridge, and we're doing some fried plantain with breadcrumb and stuff like that, you know, and ting with a little lobster, you know what I mean? So yeah, so we organize lobster season up, right? Right, good. So folks, yeah, so that's what the weather calls for. I hope that you're going to make the best out of it if you are located in Grenada. Now, the headlines. Foreign national dies on board a vessel in Grenadian waters. We're going to tell you about that. And the fire destroys the house of WFM reporter. That one was a tough one, boy. We're going to tell you more about that in a moment. Popular hairdresser dies, and of course, social media is a buzz. Now, teachers stay off the job because of illness, they say, in St. Lucia. Student says it's all a lie. A 3-year-old and a 6-year-old, that's what we're talking about, kitchen on, you know what I mean? So we're going good, total lie, good. A 3-year-old and a 6-year-old among 3 persons killed in a vehicular crash in St. Lucia. And fire guts several businesses or buildings, just to be safe, in St. Lucia's capital. And we have more things to tell you about on the program, so brace all yourself. It's going to be another very exciting program tonight. You're getting it all. I see that we have some first-timers on the program, so if you're a first-timer, I would like to welcome you officially, and people welcome the first-timers as well, and also encourage you to share the program with a friend, a family member or so that at least other people will get to see what's happening. All right, so folks, we're getting ready for real news in Oli Lili Lolo. Now, we want to remind you that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean and the Colombian Emeralds International.
And so it begins, a journey like no other. Jungles so lush, they make emeralds jealous. Water that sparkles like diamonds. Mountains with more facets than precious gems. This is where good times are had, where love is strengthened, where memories are formed. And when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will never fade. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
The GUT Credit Union, in collaboration with Waggy Promotions, invites you to its first ever Members Market and Fun Day, Saturday, November 3rd, Monroe's Playing Field. Join us as we put our members' talents on display. Fashion, food and drink, arts and crafts, and so much more. Plus, special offers from us at the Credit Union and our partners. That's not all. We have lots in store for the entire family. Bring the kids along for a day of fun. Bouncy castles, rides, and pictures with the favorite cartoon characters, live performances from our local artists, free entry and health check. Starting time 12 noon and goes on till Saturday, November 3rd. Monroe's Playing Field is the place to be. It's your chance to support small business ventures in Grenada. Proceeds will be donated to the Grenada Kidney Foundation. Bring your friends and the family along. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
The countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Yeah, that's right, Courts, always bringing value home. Again, if you're just joining us, we'd like to welcome you to another Mikey Live. Again, we want to encourage persons to please share the program. If you're looking at the program for the first time, again, you know, we always want to make you feel welcomed. So, welcome to you. We want to remind folks that you can view the program via our website, that is mikeylive.com. If you know somebody who doesn't have a Facebook account but would like to listen to view the program, they can do so by logging onto our website, mikeylive.com, and of course the rest you would see right there. All right, now the first thing that we have to tell all you about is the image on your screen is a big one. Congratulations to the team, the Grenada under 20 boys. They left the island today to participate in the CONCACAF qualification tournament in Bradenton, Florida. Now, the team, which played its final warm-up last evening against the senior men's national team and triumphed 1-0, is very optimistic of their chances and are hoping to advance further than any other previous Grenada under-20 team has gone. The 20-man squad, which includes 6 players from the GBSS FC, 6 from the Paradise FC, 3 from St. John's Sports, 1 each from Hard Rock FC and Queen's Park Rangers 1969 FC, as well as 3 overseas-based players, will first play Jamaica on Friday, November 2nd at 7:30 p.m., followed by matches against Aruba, St. Martin, Mexico, and Nicaragua. Now, the 2018 edition of the Men's Under-20 World Cup qualifying tournament will be disputed between a record number of 34 teams. Now, unlike the previous format, which included regional qualifiers in the Caribbean and Central America and 1 final championship, this year's redesigned the competition ensures that all these participating teams have access to play more top-level football matches. So we want to say congratulations to the team, and as well, we would like to wish them good luck, guys. I am sure that they are looking at the program, so I would like that at least you encourage them a bit. All right, give them people a little clap now. Don't play too chanting. What is that one, boy? Yeah, man, that's what we're talking about. Show them people some love and things. Show them some love and the business. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Good. Now, folks, the next thing that we have to tell all you about, boy, the Republic Bank Right Start. They are to have a new under-15 champion. There'll be a new champion this year in the under-15 division of the Republic Bank Right Start Cup football tournament. Now, this is because the defending champs, the Grenada Seventh-day Adventist Comprehensive School, failed to qualify to the next round of competition. Now, the next round is due to begin on November 9th. The defending champs, the Grenada Seventh-day Adventist Comprehensive, ended 3rd in their zone. You understand? Now, the teams making it to the under-15 quarterfinals thus far are the Grenada Boys Secondary School, Presentation Brothers College, St. Andrew Anglican Secondary, St. Mark Secondary School, Hillsborough Secondary, St. David's Catholic Secondary, and the best second place finisher. Now, let's see how this one will work out, all right? Now, folks, the next thing that we have to tell all you about, boy, fire totally gutted a house in St. Patrick belonging to WFM staff Sheena Philip Lynch. The fire occurred at about 8 o'clock this morning, just after they left home. Now, she was already at work, but her husband and son just left, you know, and tough, man, you know, really tough. They lost everything. Estimated value of about $70,000 worth in losses. Understand? And you know, police was saying that they had so far 280 emergencies. The fire department, they have had 51 structural fires. No, I think this one makes it 52. 38 house fires they have had, or 39, and 13 businesses. You know, this year we are having some crazy numbers. Crazy numbers. Why? We don't know. You understand? We don't know. These fires are just happening. It almost seems random. These fires are just happening everywhere. No one is escaped. No one is exempt. You know, you wonder what's going on, man. What's going on? You know, so it's a huge loss for her. It's a huge loss for her, having to start all over again. All over again. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So that's what she has to deal with. So if you're all in here reading news tomorrow and so, understand why she'll need some time, you know, to get herself back on her feet again. No, social media was a buzz today, not with any good news though. It was news about the death of a popular hairdresser. You know, I don't know, but everybody seemed to have known her. You know, Sherry St. Louis. And I mean, it's like everybody knew her. It's like everybody knew her. She operated a business salon allure. I think many persons know, you know. We do not know exactly how she died. But there was a post on her social media page, you know, which was posted yesterday, you know, that she was not, you know, doing too well, and was informing the customers and so on with appointments, you know, about what will happen next. And they will be making other arrangements and so on. You understand? They said that she had fallen sick and needs to be off her feet for a while. But you know, they probably were thinking that, you know, it's something that she'll be able to get over soon. But yeah, man, it's just, you know, when young people that you know so well pass on, you know, it really hits hard. They say it hits hard. It hits harder when it hits home. You know, and earlier today, since the morning started, there were so many comments, people talking about the kind of person she was, the lives that she would have impacted. You know, yeah, tough one, really tough one. Yeah. All right, we're moving on. A Guyanese national was found dead aboard a vessel in Grenada's water, you know, and police confirmed that it happened on the weekend. Guyanese national employed with the vessel MV Ocean Trader died aboard the vessel while it was docked here in Grenada on the weekend. You know, Permanand Pamal is his name. I think they nicknamed him Shotman or something to the effect. They say it normally comes to Grenada to transport molasses. Yeah. According to reports, he died as a result of a heart attack. It was ruled a heart attack. You understand? So I think the body is being prepared to be shipped back to Guyana tomorrow, God's willing. After police would have conducted the investigation and so on, they would have given the clearance, you know, for the body to be returned to his home country. Yeah. All right, folks, we are moving on to our next story for tonight, and the next story that we have to tell you about, boys, Social Minister Delma Thomas, in my humble view, is one of the most improved politicians. You understand? Yeah, and she's starring right now, you know, Delma starring, my girl, my dog. Delma starring people. Because right now, Delma is in Carriacou. I don't know if she come back yet. I don't know if Delma take that plane, boy. I ain't lying to tell you. I don't tell people straight, eh? You see me? I prefer to take a plane than to take a bus. Yeah, so I'm afraid plane. But you see, bus, maybe it just boil. But there's only one exception, you know. You see that plane when you're gonna land in Carriacou? Yeah, no. Listen, they should give you a rule, don't eat before you come and people blame. Yeah, that because when you hear time for landing, place mash up. I ain't telling all the days, say you know people. Wow. You know, I mean, I tell people I don't afraid to death. I don't lie, I don't afraid to death. The only condition is I don't want to dead on a Carriacou plane. Wow. Listen, man, your whole life flashing in front of you, all the wrong things you're doing, or you have done in the past. You go remember that for sure when you hear that plane landing in Carriacou. Anyway, let me do that talk there. If you think I like one, never hear that yet. You gotta pick a poison. Is that I vomit on the plane or I vomit on the boat? But some vomiting will take place. So, back to the news. Social Development Minister Delma Thomas, she's housing and community, so social, well anyway, forget the portfolio. We know what we're talking about. We say it already, Delma Thomas. So, she out there and, you know, representing big time. And, you know, we recognizing the month of the elderly and as well the month of the children. But, you know, we just always focus on the elderly. So Delma is a star, you know what I mean? So we partnered, you know, Delroy Lewison to tell us more about this visit to Carriacou.
Accompanied by the Minister for Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs, the Honorable Kendra Matthew Stewart, Minister with responsibility for youth development, the Honorable Kate Lewis, and other ministry officials, Minister for Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, the Honorable Delma Thomas, made a visit to Carriacou on Tuesday. In what was her official visit to the Sister Isle on reassuming the post of Social Development Minister following the last general elections, Minister Thomas used the opportunity to pay a courtesy visit to the oldest woman in the state of Grenada, Miss Massima Noel, and residents of the Top Hill Home for the Aged. This was in commemoration of Month of the Elderly 2018. With October also being the month of the child, the minister also stopped off at the Christine David Child Development Center.
It is Month of the Elderly. Last Saturday, I visited the Kajona home, which is also in my constituency, and we provided lunch for the residents there. Today, we are in Carriacou visiting elderlies within the area of Carriacou. At present, we are in the Top Hill Home for the Aged, visiting the elderly citizens here, and we know that they have made a major contribution in terms of nation building, and therefore we are just paying them tribute and visiting them as part of the month of the elderly.
Supervisor for the Desk of the Elderly, Lydia Thomas, was also part of the contingent. She expressed thanks to all who contributed to this year's observance.
As we continue to celebrate the month of the elderly, and our theme for this month is celebrating human rights champions, we are here in Carriacou to meet some of those champions who have paved the way for us, hard-working older persons. This month has been a very active month. We've had a number of activities, and even today we have the minister out with us visiting also in Carriacou together with our team. And I would just like to thank everyone for participating in the month of the elderly, persons, the private sector who came on board, the persons, the community group.
The SEED program also plays a big role in supporting our elderly citizens. And SEED manager Leonora George Bookmeyer says the elderly need to be commended for their valuable contributions to our society.
They would have paved the way, as we say. They would have been educators, nation builders, construction workers. So they would have done so much for us, and we need to be grateful. And so SEED, we are happy to be on board because we do have a large chunk of our beneficiaries being SEED elderly. And the government is committed, through its social safety net policy and through other programs to assist those persons, or golden persons, in this twilight years.
The ministry will make another visit to Carriacou before the end of the year. Reporting, I'm Delroy Lewison.
Yeah, big up Delroy. See Delroy, we big up all there, big up the Mikey Live team to know what it is. Right, so big up Delroy. Alright, so right. All you, hear the next piece now. TA Marisho Community College, y'all big up all yourself. The TA Marisho Community College, they're having, and they're adding a new program or a new course to the list of courses that they offer. Check it out now. Music production and things like that. You understand? For music producers, for singers, music. Listen, man. When I hear that, I say, what? I'm just turn up. I ain't making it up. I ain't making it up. Here's Christina.
Hi, this is Christina Swanawaga. As usual, we're here at the Tia Marisho Community College Music Production Studio, and I am the Corporate Communications Officer, as you know, but it's exciting today to tell you about our new course that we are offering. And why? Because we have so many persons on the island who into music, whether you love it, whether it's professionally, whether it's socially, in whatever way and however you do not know the nitty-gritties and the little small things about music that is very important for you to understand in order for you to be able to associate yourself with the beats and the routines and the songs. And it's not just for persons who play music, but also for dancers, also for singers, because it's important to interpret sound in order for you to be able to understand music in a better way so that you can express it in your movements, in your words, with your voice, etc. And because of that, we are asking you to come out to the Tia Marisho Community College to find out about our new music production course. And it's for beginners, so you don't have to worry. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be someone who has been in the music industry and has some form of knowledge about it, but we are now exposing you to that new field, and so we are encouraging you to come out and be a part of it. And as a result of that, we have our coordinator, Miss Hadassah Roberts, who will tell you a little bit more about what the music production course is all about.
I'm Hadassah Roberts, Coordinator for Access and Professional Studies at the Tia Marisho Community College. I would like to promote a new music course. It's an Introduction to Music Production, and it's basically a beginner's course, and I'll just read a little bit about the course for you. So it's a beginner's course which touches on recording, editing, mixing, and overall understanding of sound. The aim of this course basically is to provide hands-on training or hands-on experience in audio engineering and recording so as to produce great sounding music. Now, we would like to target recording artists, soca artists, or musicians, Calypsonians, soca artists, persons just who are interested in music and interested in producing their own music, better quality, better sounding music. We have on hand ready to deliver the course a certified audio engineer who has studied in the USA, and he's back here with us in Grenada, and he's ready to deliver the course. So basically, we're trying to promote it so as to get persons to come on. I would encourage everyone to come out and take this course, everyone who's interested, to help them to produce better music, better quality music. As I said before, the soca artists, all the other musicians, everyone, even the persons who are in the church and they play the keyboards, the guitar, because you learn how to read music also. So it encompasses several areas, and I can just list a few of the areas: songs and signal flow, digital audio workstations, the digital mixer console, dynamic effects, filters and effects. So this course basically it's enough and it's sufficient, and it's a beginner's course. I say beginners in that because we have other courses built into entire music production program. This course, Introduction to Music Production, is just the starter's course, the beginner's course. We can upgrade you into a full associate's degree program should you desire to continue after doing this course. But for now, we're just putting on this one course to help persons to create better sounding music in Grenada. We want to bring our music worldwide. We want to make it, international. And we're good. We already have good sounding music. Trinidad come to us, a lot of the artists come here and they take aspects of our music and they go back with it. So why not improve ourselves? So I am encouraging everyone to come out and take this course. It's reasonable. We have costed this course quite reasonable. And you can feel free to contact me, Hadassah Roberts, the coordinator of this course at TAMCC. My contact is 440-1389, extension 2229 or extension 2328 for more information.
All right, thank you very much, Hadassah Roberts. And so, folks, this is very interesting, and that's what I thought I should make them at least explain it in its entirety, because it's a greater good, which is to at least get our music to be at a higher standard. We have talent, raw talent, but we need to have it sharp. We need to sharpen the edges. All you. Hand, foot, and mouth outbreak in Grenada. And I don't mean to scare you. There's a hand, foot, and mouth disease outbreak in Grenada, and you know this primarily affects children. What I am showing you on the screen is an actual photograph of a notice board taken at one of the nation's daycare centers, and I spoke to the administrator there, and they were saying that, hey, they were not given any directive in terms of how they should treat this outbreak, so they are taking precautionary measures. And so this daycare informs parents of children attending this daycare that as a result of the outbreak of the disease, that the daycare will be closed on Thursday and Friday. And they're saying that it will be resuming on Monday. So I asked, why are you closing? And they were saying, okay, you know, they have had at least 5 parents or so calling in to talk about the children being sick, and so as to not allow it to spread within the daycare. This is a precautionary measure that they are taking to deal with it. All right. They were talking about some of the symptoms, and so fever, diarrhea, pain in some parts of the body, you know, irritation, and you know, things like that. So I attempted to get word from officials here. One of the officials did confirm the outbreak, but was unable to speak on record about further details relating to that. So tomorrow, God's willing, we're going to try again. We're going to try again, because I don't think that I've heard from anyone on any official level speaking about the outbreak of this, and I think it's important that parents know about this so that they can react accordingly. So it is not a matter of getting you scared or so, but that you need to know. In fact, tomorrow, God's willing, on the program Ask the Doctor, we are going to be speaking more about the hand, foot, and mouth disease, who it's likely to affect, how you can prevent yourself from, or your children from getting the disease, and you know, the things that you need to know about hand, foot, and mouth. So I want to extend an invitation to you to please tune into the program tomorrow, God's willing, when we will be talking to Dr. Ansley Mokike from the Divine Medical Center and Diagnostic Services regarding this disease. Earlier, as we take a trip to St. Lucia. St. Lucia is a lot like Grenada, you know. St. Lucia is a lot like Grenada. You understand? All the kokoti. So y'all make, what the kokoti in truth? I just realized, you know what, when you read in the most cocoa right now, I wanted to drink some cocoa in the program. So here's what's going on. Teachers in St. Lucia decided to stay off the job. You know what they say? Something within the building is making them sick, so they say they're sick. You know, them children to them teachers under the boss. Them children say they lie. Never hear that yet. So folks, let us take a trip to St. Lucia and hear more about a problem that they're having with the teachers of a particular institution and the reaction from the students.
For a second consecutive day on October 26, students attending the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College were left idled and confused. Their teachers, some of whom suddenly fell ill on October 25th, kept away from the Montfortune campus. Scheduled examinations were called off. Irate college students are demanding answers.
This morning I had a test and I'm coming from all the way Denry. So I said, like, okay, I have a test today, I'll come school just to find out. Coming here, the class is locked and I pay a whole $4.50 to come here.
The mystery illness supposedly affecting teachers seems to have no effect on students.
Anything in the building causing you to sneeze or feel
no
ill?
Sneezing. I'm healthy. I could pay attention in class. I'm 100% actually.
So what do you think about the teachers saying they're feeling ill because of the building conditions?
Oh, I think it's a lie. I don't know. I think it's a lie.
Parents and guardians of students attending the college have not received official notice on the disruption of classes.
What do your parents think about the teachers not being at school today?
Well, my mother didn't know that. She was expecting me to write an exam today because I told her that before I left the house. But the teacher was there, but he let us know, like, as the other classes are not allowed to do the exam, we're not allowed to do it because that's how the school runs. But I like to big up that teacher there. Always reliable, Paul.
The college and the education ministry have yet to issue a public statement on the matter. Students have appealed to the officials to get it resolved.
I feel whatever is going on should be solved and should be solved very quickly because there are 1,000 students around here and that they pay their money here and they should really do something about this because it hurts everybody. Everybody comes here for the same education.
The St. Lucia Teachers Union has confirmed receiving reports from affected teachers and disclosed to News Force an investigation into the sudden sick-out is ongoing. Occupational health and safety issues have been affecting St. Lucia's premier tertiary learning institution over the years. It remains unclear when teachers are expected to return to classes at the college. Rihani Isidore, HDS News Force.
Right, thank you very much. I thought that was a very interesting story to tell. Speaking of interesting story to tell, Grenada is not the only place that has had its fair share of fires for 2018. Now, St. Lucia is having the same problem. What if I told you that yesterday up to 8 buildings were damaged as a result of fire in the capital of St. Lucia? You understand? Listen to this story.
Loretta Marquis is convinced an abandoned structure on Marianne Street in Castries, believed to be occupied by vagrants, is where the devastating early morning fire started on October 30th.
That's my own house. My mother left for me and I tried and build a top. And I haven't finished it yet. I just trying and cover it. Asking Jah give me the strength for me to cover it. I hustling. And if it wasn't for that man old house there, that don't happen. Because it have 52 years I living around here. And no fire never catch. No fire never catch around here. If it wasn't for that old house, that wouldn't happen. So I want to know what they're telling me about my house at the back there.
Investigations into the cause of the flames have commenced. However, Acting Deputy Fire Chief George Victorin told HDS News Force preliminary evidence points to the abandoned structure located in front of Loretta Marquis' home.
We started our firefighting operation, but in the process the fire was able to spread to 5 adjacent structures, and we had to sought assistance from Grosley Fire Station. Fortunately, we were able to bring the fire under control, and apart from these structures that were extensively damaged, we also had minor exposures to 3 other structures.
Up to 8 buildings bordering Marianne and Brogley Street were torched. It took firefighters more than 3 hours to contain the fire. The Castries Fire Department required backup from Grosley.
The building of origin was a wooden building, and it was a very old abandoned structure that was frequented by vagrants. So a fire in that building definitely would spread very quickly. And there are adjacent structures that were also wooden, as well as some concrete structures. And the wind this morning was it was not very strong breeze, but it would have helped in the spread of the fire as well.
No injuries have been confirmed. Loretta Marquis says she, along with 2 other occupants, safely escaped the flames.
I was on my bed. When I opened my eyes, I saw a big flame and I just had to run out.
Were you able to take anything with you or save anything?
Nothing at all, just run out because my life in danger. My life was in danger.
The fire caused gridlock traffic throughout the capital. Cordon off streets also affected several other city businesses. Collective damage estimates is reportedly in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Rihani Isidore, HDS News Force.
Thank you very much, Rihani, for that one. And Olio, it will be remiss of me, because I know we have to come back to Grenada, to not mention this incident in St. Lucia. Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of 3 individuals as a result of a vehicular crash which occurred yesterday there in St. Lucia. You know, a 32-year-old, then we had a 9-year-old on your screen, and a 3-year-old. All died as a result of this crash. Now, the young stars were in critical condition but later succumbed to their injuries. You know, they say that a 4th passenger have been airlifted to Martinique for medical assistance, and that 4th person is in critical condition. These beautiful babies died as a result, 9-year-old and 3 years old. And police there, they are investigating the circumstances that led to this crash, and we want to thank St. Lucia News Online for that, the footage. You know, just crazy stuff right there. All right, folks, so we're going to come back home shortly. Before that, we want to take a quick break and come right back. We want to encourage, for those of you who have not yet shared the program, to please go ahead and do so. Doing so will allow other people to see the program. All right, so if you have not yet shared the program, I want to encourage you to do so now.
The GUT Credit Union, in collaboration with Waggy Promotions, invites you to its first ever Members Market and Fun Day, Saturday, November 3rd, Monroe's Playing Field. Join us as we put our members' talents on display. Fashion, food and drink, arts and crafts, and so much more. Plus, special offers from us at the Credit Union and our partners. That's not all. We have lots in store for the entire family. Bring the kids along for a day of fun. Bouncy castles, rides, and pictures with the favorite cartoon characters, live performances from our local artists, free entry and health check. Starting time 12 noon and goes on till Saturday, November 3rd. Monroe's Playing Field is the place to be. It's your chance to support small business ventures in Grenada. Proceeds will be donated to the Grenada Kidney Foundation. Bring your friends and the family along. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
We listened to what you had to say and turn up the old rules, because losing what you paid for is just wrong. Now, lost data and talk are a thing of the past. Only Digicel gives you unlimited rollover data and talk. Just buy and renew your Quick bundle before it expires and keep what's rightfully yours. Never lose what you don't use. Go to My Digicel app to bundle up and roll over today. Digicel.
The countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Quartz today and make this season epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
Yeah, that's right. Quartz, always bringing value home. Folks, what we have for you now is the National Report.
Young people to have their say in COP24 in Poland. Details to this story and more coming up in the National Report. Welcome back. I am Wendy Edmond with the National Report for today, Wednesday, 31st October 2018. Grenada's youth will have a voice at the Conference of Parties COP24 in Poland in December. This is following a National Youth Symposium on Wednesday organized by the Grenada chapter of the Caribbean Youth Environment Network, the Ministry of Youth and the Ministry of Climate Resilience and the Environment. The symposium gave young people a platform to negotiate on issues related to climate resilience and the environment, with the aim of drafting a national youth statement. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Climate Resilience, Mistress Marina Jessamy, highlighted the significance of incorporating a statement on Grenada's behalf.
The discussion is always, how do you involve youth? Where is the youth voice? Every year, when we go to the Conference of Parties meeting, and we call it the COP, we normally have a youth representative. We consult with youth groups through the Ministry of Youth, and that is how one person is selected. This year, we want to take it to a next stage, that when the youth person represents Grenada, it is not only to speak on the policies endorsed by the cabinet, but they can go to the Conference of Parties meeting with a national youth statement. And that is where you come in today.
She says that the negotiations are preparing Grenada as it paves the way for the development of a 2035 policy on climate resilience and the environment.
Grenada is now in the process to develop its vision for the year 2025. By that time, I will be younger and there will be another PS here. And many of you might be at the point where you will take a responsibility, a national responsibility. That is why we decided to prepare you today. Because in 2025, many of us now leading negotiation, preparing negotiation team will retire. And the question is, who will fill that gap? The report that we are preparing to these meetings represents Grenada's performance card with respect to the progress of implementation of sectoral plans and policies.
President of the Youth Network, Shidonna Richardson, is hopeful this become an annual event to give the youth a voice in pertinent matters.
We hope that this is not just a one-time event, but an event that is held annually or maybe biannually, because it is important to create a space for youth to sit, learn, converse, and share. Today you will experience and be given the opportunity to understand the international climate negotiation process, prepare a national youth statement, and learn about climate change activities in Grenada and how you can become involved.
Minister of Health Honorable Nicholas Steele says government is undertaking the necessary upgrade at the General Hospital to ensure that cancer patients can access treatment there. Given the increase in reported cases of the disease, especially among the youth population, the government has ensured that an oncology and other cancer treatment services are made available. During the weekly post-cabinet briefing, the health minister announced that the government of Grenada has signed an agreement with an organization in Antigua as part of a PPP arrangement through the Antigua government, allowing Grenadian patients to access treatment at a minimal cost.
But we have signed an agreement with them which would allow Grenadians to access treatment there at a fixed amount. That amount, in my opinion, is still high, but much lower than it would be anywhere else in the world. I believe the amount is $10,000 US, but that is for complete treatment on whatever the case is. We are also seeing, as you are very much aware, an increase in the amount of cancer cases and are addressing it from the point of view. I've recently made announcements with respect to the ministry offering HPV vaccination, and our expectation that if we all follow the various procedures with respect to HPV vaccination and or regular checkups, also offering new forms of checkups called VIA, visual inspection of acetic acid, for women so that we can identify quickly those who are at risk. If we follow those procedures, we can eliminate cervical cancer. by 2020 here in Grenada.
Minister Steele is urging every Grenadian to recognize and appreciate the efforts of the Ministry of Health as they seek to ensure these services are available to them.
We have put the steps in place, but it is for the public to recognize the efforts of the ministry and to follow various procedures that will prevent or eliminate cervical cancer, which is one. Two, we are doing regular public announcements and making sure that examinations are available, breast examinations. In fact, a couple of weeks ago at the Pink Ribbon Walk, the ministry had a vehicle down there, our blood donating truck, you would have seen it there, where free examinations were being offered throughout the day for that event. And we expect to continue that wherever possible, wherever invited. We will send that vehicle with doctors there to offer free examination to members of the public. That is also being offered at our healthcare facilities. That is with respect to the two leading causes of cancer in our women. For our men, we need to encourage, and I'll take this opportunity to insist that men of a certain age receive a prostate examination, because the occurrence of prostate cancer is extremely high.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
On November 6, 2018, Grenadians will go to the polls to vote in a referendum. The polls open at 6 a.m. and close at 5 p.m. Remember, first check the voters list outside the polling station before seeing the poll clerk, who will enter your name into the poll book. The presiding officer will then instruct you how to vote before issuing you with a folded ballot paper. After voting, remember to fold the ballot paper how it was given to you. You will then immerse your finger into the electoral ink before placing your ballot into the box. This is a message from the Parliamentary Elections Office.
Welcome back. Police will vote on Friday ahead of the rest of the nation, who will vote in a referendum on Tuesday, November 6th, to decide whether to make the CCJ the country's final court of appeal. The bill seeks to rename the Supreme Court as the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court instead of the Supreme Court of Grenada and the West Indies Associated States. The Caribbean Court of Justice Advisory Committee has been working diligently to ensure that Grenadians are knowledgeable of the process so that they can exercise their rights on referendum day. Chairman of the committee, Dr. Lawrence Joseph, says the committee has been educating the Grenadian public on the issue, and he is confident they are ready to make an informed decision.
I'm satisfied also because that same bill was circulated to all organizations who were requested to send in representatives to be members of the CCJ Advisory Committee. The bill was circulated to all these organizations, and they were given the opportunity to send in any amendments which they desired to be made.
Dr. Joseph also noted that all mechanisms are in place to ensure a successful referendum process on November 6th.
And I've been in communication with the Supervisor of Elections and have been informed that all mechanisms are in place with regards to the holding of the referendum. And I must say that the first people to vote on the referendum will be police officers. That's on Friday coming, the 2nd of November. And the supervisor has informed me that ballot boxes have already been given out to the various stations where police officers have to vote. And the various other papers, the ballot papers and so on, have been also distributed. And I have also been advised that there are sufficient ballot boxes, sufficient ballot papers with regards to the holding of the referendum for the general populace on the 6th, Tuesday, the 6th of November.
And that's a wrap on the National Report for today, Wednesday, October 31st, 2018. On behalf of all of us in the newsroom, I'm Wendy Edmond, thanking you for viewing.
Alrighty, thank you very much, Wendy, and everyone else who was a part of the production of the National Report. Now, folks, that's as far as we can take you for that. With that part of the program, we want to say hello to the people who are logged in. We have Kireen, my mom, and Denise, Trevelyn, Spice Girl, Charmaine, Shireen, Zaka, Nika, Jennifer, Wendy, Charmaine, did I see that already? Then I see that we have Nikki, Peter, Esther. Hey, Jenny, what's happening? Good to see you. Big up to the people in Trinidad. Pauline, Angel, Wayne, and everybody else. All right, folks, it's always a pleasure to have you on the program, and Digna. So right now, I'm going to finish the program like 2 minutes earlier than the usual schedule because I don't want my porridge get cold. And I mean, I serious, you know, yeah, I like a porridge and then cornmeal porridge, like Bob Marley say. You know what I mean? So folks, tomorrow we will be talking about the hand, foot and mouth disease. That will be interesting. We will be talking about that with the doctor, Dr. Anselm Okeke from the Divine Medical Center. Hey, Joan, big up. Rosalind, big up yourself as well. And Sheba, Hazel. Hey, Gretel. What's happening, Gretel? Good to see you on the program. And remember, folks, if you are tagged by Facebook as a top fan and you miss a couple programs, unfortunately, you lose your rank. Facebook wants you to remain active. All right, so we don't take back top fan badges. Facebook does, just for your information. All right, Della, big up your whole self. All right, and priceless. So folks, we're going to touch base again. All right, and we want to say again, thank you for viewing. Let's go. Are you ready? If you are ready, I'm ready. We all are ready. Let's do it together in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we all say ja. No. Good night, everyone. Share the program, all right?